Hi. A few questions for the Women Day preparation. Number one is, what was the specific incident in your life which made you rethink and about your life? It was the day when I was in a prison, in a police station. I was caught in a police station, and my brother came running. It was in police station, and she started crying for me that what is it you've done, and why did you do that? I told I did everything for sake of you. What other option I have except for taking revenge on my uncle? Uncle was my father's brother. My father used to had a very large family. He used to get one brother after another, and he used to a lot of disturbance in my family. My mother was not able to bear that, and a lot of disturbance were there. And I saw once my uncle hitting my mother for nothing else, only for the sake of a food, which he wants a large quantity of food. He was very hungry, and he comes from village, and he for him only thing is he was like a monster. Every time he wants more food. When he will require minimum food, nobody knows. And as a result, there was a lot of misunderstandings in the house, domestic violence. My father used to support them, and then I thought the only way is to eliminate this guy. I went into wrong friendship, and I was doing it, and I was jailed. And I was caught, and I was jailed. Not a sentence, but it was only a sort of. Uh, s- then my mother started crying, and she told me, "What is it you have done?" I told nothing. I had to take revenge, and no other go. And I'm doing everything for the sake of you. She cried, and she told, "You are my only son. If you do like this, what will happen?" And one more, your father is going to one more brother. One more brother has come. Can you stop that? One more sister will come. You'll go on killing everybody. Will you be there? Once you go on behind prison and you are sentenced, your life will end. And what about mine? Are you solving it, or you're creating more for me? So that was a sentence she told. If you want, you solve it. You don't create problem for me. Create solutions for me. Then she went off, and that sentence was a layman sentence, but it made a very deep impact in my life. So how can I stop the next brother coming? Uh, this started working on my thinking. My thinking style changed. Now I'm able to correlate that. See, one thing is, if a happening has happened, incident has happened, can you see it like a cause or an effect? Can you see this incident as a fruit? A fruit can be consumed in two ways. One is just you consume it and throw it. Another is you take the fruit and just push it into the ground, it becomes a tree. That means seeing that as a cause and creating another effect, and seeing that as an effect and preventing the cause. Are you seeing it a front end or the back end? For example, most of the movies you see, what happens? This guy picks up quarrel with the villain because villain has, you have played mischief with my girlfriend, I will play mischief with your girlfriend. You make fun of my girlfriend, I'll make fun of my girlfriend. This is a front end solution. Revenge, 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 revenge. And practically, if we take revenge, you will not be there on the earth. So another is why at all that guy made fun of my girlfriend. If you start thinking from that angle, you'll get a lot of solution. She should not be wearing such dress. She should not use this foul language. She should not talk like this. So go and teach your girlfriend, this is what I want. If you want my friendship, be like that. That is where I go to that back end correction. So I didn't find guilty for going into jail. I found guilty for not understanding the truth of my mindset of my mother. That is what I teach to my young couples. What does your wife want? Wife has done like this, father has done like this, in-law has done like one. Do you want to see that as an effect or as a cause? If you're seeing it as a cause, then you not come to me. If you're seeing it as an effect, if you want to prevent the effect, I will make you replan your course. That was the big, powerful change in my life. From that time onwards, I started working at the back end. I didn't take the incident as a I didn't work on the front end. I work at the back end to correct the front end. So I always tell my clients, you work at the back end to correct the front end. Don't you think that you're correcting the front end, you're creating another front end and it becomes for continuous front end creation. That was a really a big incident. I mean, which made me think like that is what I teach my young couples um, on this. Okay, my introduction. Um, a shy boy, an introvert, running behind the paloo of my mother. I was scared of only two things when I was a child. One is talking to my police father because his belt will speak, or talking to. I was scared of talking to girls, looking at girls. And now a world-class married couples mentor, a share in the life of 25,000 families. So as a 9-year-old boy attempted suicide with my mother, saved by a pujari in Hanumanji temple. And I promised the pujari and my mother that I will see that no more mother will commit suicide on this planet and transform the life of 25,000 young mothers. You can see my all my work of last 2 decades in over 700 YouTube videos. And my mission is to empower 1 more million, and you are a part of my mission, and you are there with me, helping me directly and indirectly. And I request you to kindly help me. So see that my vision uh, is reached, and you are a part of a mission. We are an interdependent society. Okay, you can be a part of a mission directly or indirectly. Well, that is my very simple introduction. And if you ask me what is the reason for the success, I would say two great schools of thoughts. One is called subconscious mind programming. Another is the disciplines of Indian uh, married couples principles. What made me the master of this art and science relationship before this specific incident, the introspection which my mother has told me, the back end introspection or the black box introspection. We look into my own life. My family was correct. My mother said family was correct. My father said family was correct. My mother's brother never used to come. My mother's sister is never used to come. My mother's grandma, they were away from the sort of a binding or bonding. They had a very big relationship, but nobody came to them. And these people used to buy, they are not coming, they are not coming, they are not coming. I was also started the game. A child only gets, it is like, iron piece along with the magnet also becomes iron. As a child, I can't even question what is right. We don't know the critical questions then come for a child. Only goes on accepting. I was also the black man. The great thing is once you cross one layer behind why the misunderstanding have come, when I went to my some sort of a marriage and when I started talking to my mother's sister and aunt, and that was a very, very a sort of the substandard way of living. Was it all domestic fight? Uh, Son used to hit the mother, daughter used to hit the father, sister-in-law used to fight physical violence. And really, the problem, if you look at that back end, the back end was nothing else but the black magic. They always had one village guru, and the village guru had only one way of making money is telling that it's a black magic is done by your brother-in-law. Black has been done by your pinny. And without evidence, whenever they are not able to challenge their mental thinking, they used to fight because that was the only way of relieving the stress. And I also joined that game. But somewhere in my black box, the thinking was if black magic is so powerful, why can't I get a job for my uncle? Why you don't get a job black magic? Why business not working black magic? Everything Mr. Black Magic is the guy who. Why can't black magic be made become white magic? And when I asked this question, people used to shout at me. No, no, don't shout. I told the lady that cheat. So they used to hit me. No, no, no. She is a goddess for us. Then that is where I thought my relationship broken from both the ends. If you see on the mother side, it is broken. Other side is broken. And at the time, I decided, yes, I will master these art and science of marriage relationship. I call it marriage relationship software. And I also strategically moved into a joint family because I was in a nuclear family. Now, if I want to know the secrets of how couples are happy, how there are people who know. Now I am in a part of joint family. 40 people are together. I am heading them. Then at that time, I was thinking the only way to know the truth is to get admitted in a family. Luckily, I worked on my then, and my wife comes with a. He's a very good host, very visionary leader, and I would say 50, 90% of my life changed because of her coming into my life. And that joint family relationship which they maintain, the love and secret. And most of my marriage secrets and science come from learning after observing this. My sister-in-laws, my aunt, their sisters, always together. Well, they have money or not, but they know how to respond to relationship. So that is where my eyes are. One was I was seeing the art here. In my own family, I saw the art. And because of my thought factory, I was already a very avid reader. My mother had certain good habits and bad habits. Bad habit is she attempted suicide. Good habit is she is a very good reader. And that is where the science and art blend. I'm master of that. And that is the reason I'm able to save around 25,000 families.
Become wealthy. And I'm 100% certain that is not
Yeah,
the
I'm going
truth.
to tell about it.
It is certainly not the truth. There is no. And two, just because you make some fancy investments doesn't mean you're going to become wealthy. Mm-hmm. So that's when it became an obsessive drive to understand what is going on. How come nobody talks about it? How come nobody understands it? How come nobody, even the financial professionals, seem to be completely biased towards selling financial products? Nobody talks about this particular concept. I must look into it and find out for myself. And as I was convinced that there was such a thing as a money psychology, and that's what basically now has become my mission, to enable people to live the lifestyles that they want by getting certain things right. And some of those things are the choice of career, an entrepreneurial mindset, even if you're an employee, and understanding how wealth works.
What is um I don't know, I missed a lot of things now. I started searching for this mind relationship software. Transaction analysis was one, which make a big difference in my life, and others, there's mentors. Psychologists play a very big game because that is how they have been mentored. Mentors are all the people who produce results for themselves. So you cannot become a master of everything. Your father is not a master, your mother is not a master, not your boss is a master. I always tell the MBA, Mother University is wrong, Life University is gone, Boss University is gone, Yearning University is gone. Okay, Academic University is wrong, Life University is gone. You have to come out of the trap of these three universities. You have to find out your mentor whom you can vibrate, who can produce results. You cannot vibrate with everybody. Hey, that costs money. Of course, mentor doesn't come freely. They have got their own price. But it is what emulating them. It is worth emulating them. Because what actually happens is one small degree of change. Suppose a steamer is going towards the north and there is a communication that you take by 10 degrees. There's a big storm. Just 10 degrees saves the life of the whole crew, the whole people who are on the ship, isn't it? That 10-degree turn, can that 10-degree turn I get from the mentors? Every time again. These are mentors are not the theory masters. Mentors are people who are producing results. They are the superstars of your field. You have to choose your mentors very, very carefully. In fact, another big mistake I did for last 20 years, there were no mentors in India. I was ready for that. But I was there. Every trainer, every teacher, everybody used to call mentor. Mentor means mentoring. A person who has produced results and a person who's steering the secrets of his failure and success. That fellow is a mentor for me. So I'm a mentor for my young couples. That is the reason I ask them to come. And this is not everybody's game. I choose my client. I got a lot of my NARI clients. I choose them. So if you take the introspection tool, first introspection tool in my life was a transaction analysis. Then afterward, a lot of I became a fascination for maybe the fascination for my introspectionist tool led me to I went to MBTI, Mayor Brick Tap Indicator, done 16 PF. Then I did DISC. Then I did NLP. Then I did Enneagram. Among all those things, the DISC is I have used right and left to explain it to my DISC. But personal level, I have a lot of psychological tools, certain proprietary tools. For example, I use this nine intelligence tool for carrying the guidance of the young people. A very powerful tool. So this recipe, I became master of these sort of recipes. As a result, I'm producing it. If this recipe is not there, I'm like a layman. That recipe makes me 10x to give 100x to my client. That recipe is very, very important. Once you know the recipe, you can also produce the result. Otherwise, you are a layman. And second thing is you identify a mentor. Second thing is be in a community who can help you out. Be in a community who want to become. If you want to become a trainer, join a trainers club. If you want to become a sportsman, join a sportsman club. Of course, everything is money. You have to pay for that. Nothing comes free of charge. That is where the edge comes into that. Whenever I talk about skills, whenever I talk about investment, whenever I talk about money, you to re-educate yourself. I ask for re-education. Many people think that education is not required. Please understand, you are here because of your past thoughts. Daily, you're producing 60,000 thoughts, thought factory. The vehicles of the 60,000 vehicles are coming. Some are stopping somewhere. Some is having a breakdown. Some is getting discontented. Okay. One is either you produce the 60,000, which is productive. So if you have to make these thoughts productive, okay, you cannot go by the old method. The radio model will not work. The TV model will not work. Your parents are taught. The radio parents are taught. That will not work because your children is aiming in the galaxy. You want to rule the galaxy, and you all don't want to rule even the earth. You want to rule only. You want to copy your father's formula and just to complete your period of life. So whenever I talk of money, whenever I talk of relationship, whenever I talk of educating themselves, I'm misunderstood. And if you look at that, how the present education, one of the greatest revelation of mind programming is relationship with subconscious mind. How a relationship is formed. If you look at that, relationship is formed because you're blindly copied. You're blindly copied whatever the models available to you. Your what are the models you copy? Your mother model, your father model, and your friend model, and teach and the boss model, isn't it? These are the models you copy. So we have learned from these people. Yeah, and during my days, the biggest model was movie heroes. Then every time they play good guy, or the good guy, save, don't irresponsible financially, irresponsible relationship. But Sati Savitri, like the Sita model. What is Sita model? Sita model is you suffer, 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 suffer. Your husband has to suffer because of you. Your brother-in-law has to suffer because of you. Your whole family has to suffer because of you. Sita model was useful for that, not for now. See, you want to live in a super age model and you want to still become a Sita. How is it possible? See, you can use sword to fight, even you can say the revolver. Okay. But can you use a sword and knife to fight the biological weapon, COVID weapon? But still you want to fight with a sword. So that is where what actually happens is here, um, this process. This process has to be uh, unlearned. I would not say learn, unlearn, deprogram. What that the movie fellows have spoiled you. Who is your hero? You tell me. Who's the hero? I tell always, who are the three heroines you like? Somewhere on Sita model is there. I ask the husband, who is there? He has got one guy who is having an ideal father model. And the ideal father is irresponsible family model. He is successful personally. All the models you have seen are professionally successful and personally failure. That is the reason still if you go to Gallup survey, 86.9% of people on this planet are unhappy because of, I would say, the husband only. Husband never think of increasing the income skills. Okay. Nor he teach the employee the relationship skill. And he suffers and he's not only suffering, he's preparing next generation to suffer. Okay. I don't know, but it was that my mother used to sing this song, no? The Nargis was the heroine. Who suffer, suffer, suffer with the two sons. And दुनिया में आए हैं तो जीना ही पड़ेगा जिंदगी दर्द है तो पीना ही पड़ेगा. So this is our model. दुनिया में आए हैं तो जीना ही पड़ेगा. You have no option. They never thought दुनिया में आए हैं तो इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं, दुनिया में आए तो सीख सकते हैं. नहीं, दुनिया में आए तो जीना है. सर्वाइव सर्वाइव सर्वाइव. You have been only made as a survival model, not a successful model. Even survival model has become now is a struggling model. Because the Sita model is not working. At last they were able to survive. The songs are only survival songs. Now, if you model that, you will not survive. You will struggle. Struggling model, the survival model is struggle model. But you're thinking you're working at a struggling model and you want to talk about success model. Then significance. Then the fourth one is self-actualization. Contributing to the world. See, daily I make 4 to 5 videos. What is it I'm getting? From the taker model, you move to the giver model. Give to society. That once you are having abundance, only you can give. That abundance mindset, once you cross all this from struggling to survival, survival to success, success to significance. If you want to travel in this journey, first, if you have to come from struggling to survival, you should know what is the recipe for struggle. The recipe I would call them unlearning skills. One movie I saw was the Raj Kapoor. I do not know when I was that time. The first movie I saw, which made a big impression in my life, was Raj Kapoor walks on a road, black road in Mumbai, and there he is just dancing like Charlie Chaplin, bindas is going, and I thought, okay, we should be like this. In house, he is on Jabadvati and he is not worried about his. He prays for, he goes to God, he prays for his bhabi. Okay, ye ho jayega, wo ho jayega, and you have to be happy like this. Then he goes, he's about to stamp on an insect on the road. So he stops the stamping. The scene is that it is shown like the big screen. You see the shoe and also insect like this with a gap. So then he goes and looks for a dry leaf and takes the insect. And, wow, the hero. Everybody used to clap. I also used to clap. Wow, this is the hero here. Forget about wife suffering, mother suffering. Go and save the insect. Then the song. What a song? किसी के मुस्कुराहटों से हो निशान किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार जीना उसी का नाम है. Wow, what a great thing. Even God could not give me the formula of happiness. This fellow gave the formula of happiness. Manoj Kumar comes. मेरी देश की धरती सोना उगले उगले हीरे मोती मेरी देश की धरती. Wow, look for your society, do for become a Jai Jawan, you become a Jai Kisan. Then I thought that is life. That is how I have been brainwashed by this media to play the role of Rama, play the role of Sita. So even before my school could teach me so powerfully, these people have taught me. That is cluttered in my mind. That uncluttering is done first. Until unless you understand how your brain is not learning from the school. Your brain is the most powerful media. The powerful media is video media. So I didn't know. I was thinking that school teacher is no. I'm Manoj Kumar has taught me what is life. Dilip Kumar has taught me what is life. Raj Kapoor has taught me what is life. And I believe in even mother tells this is mother tells something. I will tell no. Teacher knows better. When teacher says no, Raj Kapoor knows better. So in the name of better model, I was copying a black box model. I was not copying a better model. I was copying a virus model. A cancer. I was copying a cancer. Small seed of cancer I just put in my mind, and that has become bigger and bigger. That is the reason if I am going one step forward, two step backward, one step forward, two step back, it is only because of these cancer, which I first have to unclutter. I have to remove all my non-working models. My mother is not working, remove it. My father is not working, remove it. If uncle is not working, remove that. Try to find out the truth. Take an X-ray of yourself. Find out what actually you are. Don't even know what area. The first you have to have an X-ray. Do you have that X-ray machine to know where you are, what you are, and why you are? That is what happens in the first 1 month of my consult. I delayer my couples, and I'm not delayering it. The husband and wife they go there. I give them this model. We meet the idea, and I teach them the principle. They delayer it, not a indoctrination. It is a sort of a re-evaluation by themselves. So that help them. They re-evaluate themselves. These are all the things which has changed my life. Your teaching is not received by the client. No, no, it's not like that. They are received by the client, but they are afraid of looking into their own mirror. No, a couple came to me, and the complaint was she is taking a meeting to mother's house, and she has her own reason for taking to mother's house because she doesn't get support from the in-laws house, and she's mother centered, and she goes from state office without telling the husband. She goes to the mother's house, and from there calls back. They're all counter mistakes and counter mistakes and counter mistakes on both the sides. She's a caring mother, and I told them that this you're taking it to your mothers and all those things. Is it worth taking? What will happen if your mother is not? What happens? Suppose you are in UK or USA or you are in somewhere. You're always working in a software. Then she didn't have an answer. So your chapter has to start. You should know what to share with your mother, what not to share with your mother. Particularly if you do something which is making your husband dysfunction, and if a husband you do something is a wife dysfunction, then he will go into a shell and he will not be able to live. And the same introvertism will come to the next generation. They were very happy. And the woman jumped into action. Sir, no, sir, I have understood, sir. I will come for the classes. But later on, the husband withdrew. Husband withdrew because he is an introvert. He doesn't have the daringness to X-ray himself. Are you getting the point? See, that is where I told you the middle class cannot survive because these are the people who are not ready to subject themselves to know their truth. They are scared. What will happen if I'm exposed? What is going to happen if you expose? Anyhow, you are already exposed. You're already exposed. Only thing is, wife doesn't know how to express it. As a psychologist, I'm expressing it. One of the reasons of why this coming, they don't want to come and share that. Like in Western culture, Indian culture has got their own system. Sati Savitri culture, anything is there, talk to husband, talk to wife, suffer, fight in the house, they don't go out. And they don't, they will come at a point where I cannot help them. It is like a cancer. Already the cancer has started. It's only question of we have to go for a surgery. Either you remove the surgery immediately or remove the foot. They come at a time when I cannot remove the foot because I cannot. By the time I cut the foot, it has gone to some other foot. So majority of people they come for at the time where I want to cut the foot. No, it is happening. What is the reason for that happening? The happening is not because I was thinking for some time that I'm not able to convince them. It is not a convincing. Relationship is a subconscious mind game. Relationship is a subconscious mind game. It is not a conscious mind game because the relationship comes from where? Not parents, from our forefathers. You have a Sita model, you have a Savitri model, you have a Parvati model, you have a Saraswati model. These models are sitting in your mind and they unless come out of break out of even though you think you are removed, you are not removed it and delayer it. You can delay it provided you discuss the merits and demerits and know the difference between what extent that model will work, what extent your new model is going to work. Otherwise, that the old model that is the reason. No, that is very a belief system. I help them to reprogram their belief system. Okay, they may say yes, 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 but when they go and see mother doing it, suffering and that is the easiest way. What is the easiest way? Easiest way is to not get disturbed. They are suffering not because of they are suffering because they are not they do not want to X-ray themselves, and this is because of something is hidden in their uh, belief system. I work at the belief system. Okay.